Maka-simple, tag-ulan na. Kaya gagawa tayo ng isang sabaw na siguradong magpapainit sa ating mga tiyan. Ito ang cheesy chicken and mushroom sopas.
Simpol, luto na, ha.
So gagawin na natin ngayon ating cheesy chicken and mushroom sopas. Nagpakulo na ako ng manok, nilaga ko na yung manok earlier. And nandito yung kanyang sabaw, ang kanyang stock. And nandito yung chicken na hinimay ko. So yung chicken ko is like half a kilo na chicken. So ibabalik ko lang yung chicken. So assemble na tayo. We'll just add the chicken back into the pot. Then instead of using macaroni, I'm just going to use spaghetti noodles. Yan. What I do with the spaghetti noodles is I just break it, no? Yan. Ito like 2 inches pieces, no? Break natin. So it's gonna be very creamy. And I will also put sliced canned mushrooms. So let's make it a bit special today. And I just add minced onions. Wala na tayong gisa-gisa. Just a little bit of garlic to give it a flavor. Garlicky flavor, very light garlicky flavor. And I just stir that, no? While we wait for the noodles to cook, I'm gonna chop my vegetables. So I'm using here carrots. Yung noodles natin will take around 10 minutes to cook, 9 to 10 minutes to cook. And we just keep on adding our vegetables while it's boiling and simmering. Yan. More flavor, more texture. You don't have to be too fancy. Just like a creamy chicken noodle soup. Then we add our, if you have a stalk of celery, yan, add lang natin yung celery. If you don't have celery, you don't have to put it. Yan, just add our celery. Let it cook. Let's just wait for our soup to cook. And we will make a thickener. So, to make a thickener, di ba usually sinasabi natin slurry? Iba naman yung style ng thickener yung gagawin natin. Ito is very French style, no? So, I have around 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. And I will add just around 2 tablespoons as well of butter. So, we're using Arla Unsalted Butter. Just that, a little bit of butter. And we combine, no? We make a paste using our butter and our flour. So, we be sure na it's really mixed very well para paghalo natin ng ating flour and butter mixture, hindi siya magbubuo. So, I just set my butter and flour mixture aside and I season our soup with some salt. No? Para may flavor na siya. We're building flavors on our soup. Let it boil until our noodles become cooked. It's really going to be so perfect. Yan, especially on a rainy day. As our noodles are almost cooked, I will now add our butter and flour mixture as our thickener. Yan. Just pour it over. Dissolve natin siya. And you will see our soup thickens and there are no lumps. No? There are no lumps because the butter and the flour is mixed. And now our soup is already thickened but not yet thick enough. So once the vegetables are cooked, pag malambot na yung ating noodles and our vegetables, we can add a little bit of cream. So I'll add a little bit of cooking cream. Just around half a cup. Half a cup of cooking cream. And, of course, to give it the cheesy touch, we will add Arla Cheesy Spread. Yan, 1 whole bottle of Arla Cheesy Spread to our soup. Look at it, it's so creamy and it's so flavorful. So, this is a 140-gram bottle. So, I just season with a little bit cracked black pepper. Hindi ba kayo excited sa recipe natin ngayon? It's a bit fancy. And look at that, our soup is so silky. It's so smooth because we are using cooking cream. Kasi if you just use ordinary cream, pag pinakuluan mo, nagbe-break kaya medyo pag nakita mo, hindi na maganda yung texture na inyong creamy soup. And now, we just finished with some spring onions or chopped leeks into our soup and we're ready to serve. And to make it even more cheesier, we top it with Arla Cheddar cheese made from 100% natural ingredients. So yan, especially if you have growing kids, this is a very good thing to serve them. Yan. So we just grate the cheese over our sopas and garnish. And here it is. I would just like to thank Arla and the Pastry Alliance of the Philippines for inviting me to do this recipe. And here it is. Di ba tempting? Ating very rich and delicious creamy chicken and mushroom sopas. Simpol! Nagustuhan niyo ba ang video na to? Please share para lalong dumaming ating mga kasimpol. And don't forget to subscribe to our Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram accounts.